to our art lesson, and it feels very strange because I'm talking to the camera here at everybody at home. Hello everybody at home, and we've got people in the class today. So everybody give a big cheer. Yay! We are all really looking forward to seeing everybody at home, aren't we guys? Yes. So we're having art at school and art at home at the same time today. Now, we've been working on our Warhol Animal faces, and this is Jensen's face so far. It is amazing. Well done, Jensen. So he's doing an owl. So we said we're either doing an owl, or we're doing a cat, or we're doing a dog. Yes? Yes. Yes, I know. We might be doing, is anyone doing a wolf here? Amazing. Is anyone doing a lion? No. Okay, right. So those are the variations that we can have. Now, if we have a look at Jensen's, he's collaged his outside. He's also put his eyes on that he has blended with his oil pastels. Well done. So today, we need to work on the next part. So if you're at home, you're going to need a water pot and a brush. You're going to need oil pastels. You're going to need some black paint for the edges. If you've got one of these art packs, you'll need your Cohen or watercolour inks. And you're going to need a thin brush. So, we're going to work on our noses or our beaks today, okay? So, let's have a think about what shape we need. If you're going to do an owl, we need to have a beak shape first that we're going to draw, don't we? So our eyes are quite big. So if we imagine that we've got, oh, this pen's a bit strange, an owl eye like this, which is quite big, then we need to draw a nose, which is quite close to our eyes, but we're going to draw it in our sketchbook first or on a piece of paper, and then we're going to cut it out and stick it on. Jensen, so if we have a look at our eyes, our nose is a bit like a triangle with a rounded top on it, isn't it? If we're going to have an owl's nose, it's something like this, a beak, okay? Now, what about if we're doing a cat? Then we need a smaller nose for a cat, don't we? A cute little nose, all right? Now, it's going to be a little bit like a triangle, but it's going to be smaller than the other one. So the rough shape of it is going to be something like this. Can you see? So that's a bit of a triangle as well with curved edges. So it's going to be, I just want to check that people at home can see that. Yeah, so it's that sort of shape. And when we draw it, can everybody have a quick look at this? Put your hand up if you're doing a cat. Okay, so if you're doing a cat or no, nobody's doing a lion here, are they? You need to have this sort of triangular shape that you're going to draw in your book, but we also need to have two little nostrils. So we need to draw it around like this, like a little spiral on one side, and then another little spiral on the other side. Can you see that? It's like a triangle with little spirals on each side. Now, if you're doing a dog, it's very, very similar. So it's that sort of shape, but again, we need our little nostrils by doing spirals, okay? And on your bird's beak as well, they've also got little nostrils, but they're going to be just like a little dash on each side, like that, okay, for a bird's beak. Forget about the fact that that's a dog there. Okay. That's your beak shape, okay, with two little nostrils there. So you need to think about the size of your eyes that you've already done and make a nose that's big enough to go with that, okay? So we need to draw it first in what in our sketchbooks? What are we going to use to draw with? Pencil. Pencil, in case we make a mistake. Right then, so we're going to activate the black paint. Yeah. So we're going to get some water. We're going to activate just the black paint, okay? So that means we tickle the paint with our brush to make the paint come alive. And then, no matter which nose it is, we need to paint around the outside. If you're doing an owl, then you paint very carefully with the tip of your brush around the outside. Now, I'm not going to do it all because this is Jensen's, okay? So So you go all the way around the outside, and then you need to do your 2 nostrils in as well, okay? But if I show you with the cat's nose, because Jensen's not doing that one, there'll just be a cat's nose in your book, Jensen, but that's okay, isn't it? So, just watch again, you're using the tip of the brush. This helps you to get a nice smooth line. And then you are going to paint around the edge. And then go all the way around. When you need to get some more paint, you just get a tiny bit more water, get a bit more paint, go all the way around the edge. And if you make your line not quite right, you can go over it again to make it join up and look as smooth as possible. And if when it dries you think, oh, it's a bit faint, go over it again, okay? Once you've done the outside, then you need to do your little nostrils, which I'm sure you've drawn already. So you're going to curl around and just colour in a little bit for the actual nostril, because your nostril, the hole in your nose, is a bit dark, isn't it? So we need to colour that in.
Oh no,
okay.
It's dark.
And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So it looks a bit like that. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Now you could, if you wanted to as well, do a little line in the middle like that, because cats sometimes have a little line, a bit like we have there, in the middle of their nose. You can do that for a dog as well, but don't do it for the owl. On the owl, just go around the outside and then do your 2 nostrils in black. Okay, ready? With the darkest colour around the outside, okay everybody? Yeah? So we're going to go round the edge. This time, are you looking, Alfie? We need to go sort of colouring in along the same way first that we drew it. So we're colouring in a line from the outside all the way around, and we're trying to make it quite thick, okay? Around the outside. That's it, Jensen. If you can't see, you stand up. That's it. So you can see that I'm colouring it in. I'm trying to not leave any white gaps, okay? Because it's very easy to leave white gaps with oil pastels. Now, who can tell me what do we do to make it blend with the next colour? Yes.
Use teeth marks.
We do teeth marks, and we're going to make them point inwards. So we're going making our little teeth. Coming, and with the pressure is from the outside to the inside. So you don't really have teeth in noses like you do in eyes, but it just helps us to blend it. We don't want too much red, otherwise the nose will look absolutely red, won't it?
Yeah, it looks cute.
So can you see the teeth marks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go to the next colour, which is the peachy one. And I'm going to, how do I blend that with the teeth marks? Can anyone remember? What do I do, Alfie?
Colour over.
Colour over it. I sort of scribble, don't I? So I'm scribbling.
Right, you scribble your handwriting.
Yeah, and can you see it's already starting to blend?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's sort of smudging in with the other colour.
With a reddish.
Do you reckon I have to press quite hard or quite light?
Quite hard.
Yeah, it's quite hard, isn't it?
Because that's it. If you press too lightly, that blend it.
If I press too lightly, it won't do much, will it?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm scribbling, and it's smudging. It's going to make my pastel dirty, but I can always scribble on the edge of my paper to clean my pastel later if I want. Okay. Now I want to make sure that, where do you think the lightest part of the nose would be?
In the middle.
Oh, well done. You didn't even have to think about that, did you? That's perfect. In the middle, yes. So I'm going to just do this part and blend it in. These are quite nice oil pastels. These are new ones, and I'm quite impressed with them. They're nice, aren't they?
Who bought these?
Oh, well, it was me. Well, it was the school, but I ordered them. So I'm going to do the white right in the middle.
But why doesn't work?
Well, it doesn't show up on white paper, but it does blend in with the other colours. So I'm scribbling it again to blend it in.
Does it work?
And then if I feel like, oh, it's too light perhaps, or I didn't maybe have enough of my...
You blow it.
Well, we can blow to get the bits off, or we can scrape it like that to get the bits off. If I feel like I need to go back to a colour I've already used, we can go back and add a bit more of that one in.
Is that a cat nose?
Yeah, this is a cat nose. So this is exactly the same process if you wanted to use other colours. So if we're doing a brownish nose, it might be a good idea if we had maybe a brown, again the peach, and then perhaps the yellow, something like that for a brownish nose, yeah? If you wanted to do a black nose, I would do black and grey and then the white. I'd go for those because that will make a lighter grey, won't it, when it mixes with the other grey. And if you're doing your owl nose, then perhaps you might want to have these colours and yellow for your highlight in the middle. Okay, so we're saying the highlight's always in the middle, aren't we? Yes? So is everybody happy with that?
Yeah.
Brilliant.